Chris Morris, who was bought by Rajasthan Royals for rupees 16.25 crores. Yes, rupees 16.25 crores, which is the most paid for a player in IPL history, proved his worth on Thursday night. The South Africans smashed 36 runs off 18 balls, hitting 4 big sixes to help RR win a thrilling match with 3 wickets and 2 balls to spare. $1 million innings from the $1 million man. Delhi Capitals must have thought at the end of the power play period that they would win the match. They had reduced Rajasthan Royals to 26 for 3 at the end of the first 6 overs. Soon, Rajasthan Royals were 42 for 5 and needed 106 runs in just over 10 overs. But David Miller hit a brilliant 62 and was well supported by Rahul Tewatia, who made 19. The two added 48 runs to bring RR back on track. After that, Morris took over and finished it in style.
Thinking about the 13-over mark of our bowling innings, the second innings of the game, everything was going according to plan. So we just made a few errors coming in the last 4 or 5 overs of the game, and when you're a little bit off against any team in the IPL, if you just bowl a couple of bad balls and over, or a couple of overs here and there is quite often the difference in the outcome, and we didn't get things right at the back end tonight. We probably just gave him a few too many easy balls, a few too many slot balls, if you like. The length wasn't quite where it needed to be. I think if you look at the replay of the game, if we bowled a reasonable Yorker, he didn't score off it, and if it was back of a length, sort of above stump high, he didn't really get hold of many either, especially with the pace on the ball. So we talked about how we wanted to bowl to him. The execution probably wasn't quite there. The other thing you got to factor in as well is just how wet and how dewy the ball was in the second innings of the game. So it wasn't easy for the bowlers to grip. I think you could see at the end there that there were a few full tosses that the fast bowlers bowling the ball just slipping out of their hands a little bit, but that's part and parcel of IPL cricket. We knew coming here that it would probably be a little bit of dew in the second half of the game, and we didn't adapt and we didn't execute as well as we could have tonight.
We are trying to keep it simple and calm out in the middle, because during those times, when you are in a pressure situation, at times you lose your mind and start thinking ahead of the ball. So we were both talking to each other, telling each other to watch the ball nicely and just go for it. I think he couldn't middle a first few balls, and I kept telling him that it's just about one hit. It was all about that. I think the ball was coming on the bat nicely. The way he was swinging it, we were confident that we were a couple of hits away, and that's what we were talking out in the middle. We were just 2 hits away from getting this game in our pockets. But it was amazing hitting by Morris. I would say. I think the sixes that he hit of Kagiso were probably some of the best shots today.
Earlier, Shikhar Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw, who had added 138 runs for the first wicket Chennai, were dismissed as early as the 4th over as comeback man Jaydev Unadkat jolted the Delhi Capitals' top order. Left-arm pace bowler Unadkat, who had a poor outing in last season's IPL, came back to form with a superb display of new ball bowling that shook the Delhi Capitals. He took 3 wickets for 15 runs. Rishabh Pant's brilliant half-century, 51 of 32 deliveries, took DC to 147 for 8. In the battle between 2 young captains, Sanju Samson had the last laugh thanks to Unadkat, Morris and Miller. Rishabh Pant, though disappointed, shouldn't lose heart as he still has 12 league games to play.